Now we are going to begin our discussion of free will. My suspicion is, if I were to ask you, you could give me quite the list of things that you've done freely today. You freely got out of bed. You freely chose to have cereal for breakfast. You freely chose what to put on to leave the house today. We have this tendency to think that there are a lot of decisions we make freely. So what we're going to talk about now is what that means, and is it true? So free will is the notion that we can choose. Okay, when I talk about having free will, it's this idea that I can, in fact, choose. We've got our friend here at the crossroads, the fork in the road, which way to take. Well, free will would seem to mean that he can choose which one we're going to take. He can take. It's this thought that we have control over our actions. We can choose. We can control what we're going to do next. And it's that sense of control that brings a sense of responsibility. If I truly have no control over my actions, people tend to absolve me of responsibility. But when I have control over my actions, that's just not permissible. The question is there any part of our actions that is in fact under our control? When we think about what goes on in our decision-making process, our genetics play a role, our environment plays a role, what we've experienced in the past plays a role, our temperaments play a role. And when we get down to the nitty-gritty, we might be confronted with the fact that not very much of that is under our control, if any of it is. Certainly, my genetics are not under my control. My rearing was not under my control. My parentage was not under my control. My temperament may not even be under my control. My past experiences, my current circumstances, none of that is under my control. So if I'm supposed to have control to have free will, we might question where that control comes from. So that's something we're going to be discussing.